Okay, so I'm going to go through the setup procedures on how to use the Hobart Mixer. First thing we need to do is make sure it's plugged in at the wall and make sure the machine is clean and ready to use. When you're using a Hobart machine like this, it always needs to be on a bench, but it's got a lip on it like that. If you have a look here, this bench has got a little lip. It can't go on a flat bench like this because they do rattle and shake a bit while they're working, and they can move around on the bench. And if they're on a flat bench, sometimes they can fall over. So once you've got all the ingredients in there and everything ready to go, you'll choose the utensil that you're going to use. This is a paddle, because it looks like the paddle of a boat. This is a dough hook, because it looks like a fish hook. And this, of course, is the whisk. Okay, so we have that in the lowered position. We turn it up and down by using this handle here. Okay, if you have it in the lowered position, all you've got to do is line up the notch here with the hole in the utensil there, and bring it up, give it a twist, and that will lock into place. Once you've done that, you can wind it back up using that handle, and then rotate this screen here so that it's locked into place around there. It says closed cage. This won't run with that open. Okay, I can demonstrate that now. Pressing the start button, and that won't run. Close it, press the start button, and that will run. Okay, so that safety mechanism is built in. So this cage, if you try to get your fingers through there to taste something, it's not going to work. If you open it to taste it, it will switch itself off. Okay, however, if it's on a fast speed and you open it, it's still got a few rotations before it stops spinning. So ideally, turn it off here, open the cage. Okay, so if you keep that cage shut, you're good. Your fingers won't get through it, you won't lose your fingers. The main danger with this machine is long hair. So girls with long hair, some of the boys. Okay, so what you might be doing is having a look here, and you might be looking down to see if all your ingredients have mixed in and your head is quite close. If you've got those long fringe bits with bits of hair, it can get stuck in there, and as soon as it gets stuck in there, it's going to rip that hair from your head. So that's the point of danger with this machine. Okay, it's hair. Okay, loose clothing, strings that might be hanging off clothing. Our uniform policy doesn't have those, so you should be quite safe. Okay, so to use it, put all the ingredients in, lock it in, always have it start on number 1, okay? The reason we do that, if you start on number 3 and you've got a heap of flour in there, the speed it starts at, it'll just throw flour everywhere. So always start at number 1. You need to have some cooking minutes, some mixing minutes, so use this little dial here. You can probably hear that ticking. So that gives us time that will mix. That has to be on for this to work. On number 1, some mixing minutes, and press number 1. Okay, once your ingredients is combined, you can then turn that to number 2. Okay, however, to turn it to number 3, so if you want to then go to full speed, you need to turn it off, go to number 3, and then go number 3. Okay, so when we, there you go. So at number 1, on, off, timing. So once your ingredients have mixed, you can lower it down, open the cage, unhook your utensil, okay, and take the bowl out. So the bowl's got 2 little clips on each side and a little notch that goes in the back. Okay, so when you're loading that on, first thing to do, load the notch in, drop the feet onto the stirrups, and lock it in. Okay, so to unlock it, bring it out, over to your bench, scrape your ingredients off here, it goes and then you're ready to work with whatever you're making.